I'm studying for 3 years. I finally graduated. I graduated as a graphic designer out of a very strange place to be in. You just finish your studies, you spend 3 years studying, and it's expected of you to find either a job or to do a master's or something else. But here I am starting a YouTube channel. Cool. I'm kind of in a strange place, you know. I was having this conversation with my brother. I was in Tangier for some work related events, and we're discussing what will I do in my future, in terms of what I wanted to spend my year after I graduate. Either going to spend it on and maybe traveling. Yeah. Matter of fact, I want to travel. But my brother is very intense. He's like, yeah, and you should travel. You should absolutely travel. You should not stay home. Don't stay home. Just travel. Do this, do that. I totally agree with them. I was sitting there thinking I wanted to pursue my art, and I'm kind of lost. I had projects in my mind. I was thinking about starting a clothing brand. Before going to ISAF, as I said, my graphic design school, I wanted to pursue my dream of becoming a comic book artist. Kind of when you just graduate high school, they expect from you to do the usual routes, going to college, studying, business or something. Just here, come up to them and say, you want to pursue art. They're like, of course they're going to get very defensive, because it's kind of a unusual path to take, especially for a traditional family, They're not very open-minded, but you kind of cannot pursue a dream because you will end up homeless. That's what they think. And I don't blame them, because it is a very, very hard field to pursue. I do agree with that. But in general, it's pursue my art, I want to make comics. Like one day, my dream job would be, even though it's probably not going to make me a lot of money, maybe it can, but it's really hard. But if I want to pursue a dream job, I'd say, and I want to make comics, that is my dream job. And if I can make that a reality, that is going to be insane. But to go back to what we were talking about, so I just graduated, staying with my brother. He's usually like to take the step and start to get into the I would call you useful brother. He's very useful. He's a very good man. It's into those. He loves to give advice, So I have to sit there and listen to his advice, and I don't have anything wrong with that. We're sitting there, and he likes to tell me how I should socialize more, and because I have I wouldn't say I'm kind of awkward, but sometimes I'm pretty social, but sometimes I'm not. But he kind of wants me to socialize more and kind of spend a lot more time outside instead of spending it inside. Because most of my very nerdy kind of guy, I spend a lot of time at home. I draw. I love video games. I play video games a lot. And my brother kind of, he understands it yet, but he kind of trying to convince me to go outside and meet people and everything, so you can develop yourself in a more social way. I do agree with that. Matter of fact, I told you I have to improve my social skills, but there are some things that feel right, because we were speaking. He wanted to advise me to go for a 1-year trip to Asia or something, go for a long-term trip, so you can stay there and meet as many people as you can. So eventually it will boost your ability to communicate with people and understand people and yada yada yada, that kind of stuff. And I do agree with that it definitely gonna prove being helpful for sure. But as I was pursuing it, I was thinking yeah, he's right. I should definitely pursue those things. And it's logical for a person to, as he graduated, to kind of listen to his bigger brother and like listen to his experience and everything. And yeah, I was thinking like, as I started searching for places to go, contacting people and speaking with people to like get eventually a chance to travel on a budget, because definitely going to do it on a budget, because traveling long term is quite expensive, my friend. And at some point while I was going to the bathroom, I thought like I felt a strange feeling, a feeling of like I'm not making choices for myself, if that makes sense. That choice of, even though I agreed with him, that choice of traveling, he said you shouldn't spend any time in your hometown. You should absolutely travel right now as fast as you can and leave, so you can meet people and everything. You have to do this. It was like, you will do this, you have to do this. And I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, it's kind of right, I have to do it for sure. But as I was going to the bathroom like 2 days ago, I was thinking like, do I really want to do this? Is this really how I want to do these things? You might hear it then, but you have no choice. You have to hear it. As I was thinking, like, do I really want to do it? Do I really want to travel, like right now? Is that how I wanted to spend my time? Yes, matter of fact. But first, I wanted to do some things that I genuinely chose to spend my time with doing, For example, I want to start my own business and stuff. I want to do arts. I want to pursue my passion, since I have this whole year. So sitting there thinking like, he's gonna get mad if he hears this, It's a lot of insecurity, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of deep down trauma. I would say it's quite a lot of trauma, because growing up we really didn't speak of our emotions that much, kind of like one of the main reasons I chose to make this YouTube channel is to speak about myself more, because I usually never speak about myself that much. That's why I made this YouTube channel. And as I was saying, it kind of got me to think like, do I actually want to do those things? Do I actually want to travel as soon as possible? And come to think of it, no, I don't want to do it. He wants to do it. This might sound as I am yapping about my family problems. I kind of am yapping about my family problems. And I was thinking there, like, I don't think I want to do it, as soon as possible. Even though I agree with him, I should travel, and meet people so I can get more socially active, and improve my social skills and everything. But I have other priorities. Like, a question to my brother I wanted to ask, if he brings up this conversation. Like, did he actually ask me, like, what did I want to do in terms of how I want to pursue this year? He never did. So he just wanted to implement the things that he wanted to implement. So in terms of this might sound pretty dark, and I'm pretty hateful of my family and my brother. I am not. I love my family, of course, but these are like, think of them as so like a how do you call it? Self-criticizing myself and my family as well, but in the pursuit of improving, of course, and developing. So I was thinking, like, he wanted for me to do those things, but did I really want to do those things right now? No, By the way, the so the main thing that I want to change this year, which is very important, which is to make decisions for myself, and I make those decisions for myself. That does not mean I won't hear what my family has to say. Of course, I will listen to my family. I need to listen to my family. But at the end of the day, the conclusion comes to me. No one makes those decisions. I make those decisions. I listen to my family, I listen to my friends and everyone. But the decisions is made by me and me alone. And this realization, after spending like a lot of years of making decisions that are not technically mine, I just came to a breaking point, you know? I came to a conclusion that I have to change some things in myself. As every year, I try to change some things in my life, and this year I will change this thing, which is to make decisions for my own self. And I do advise anyone, if you have external powers that kind of control your life, either parents, either family, either friends, either bullies, either society, I don't know, you have to make decisions for yourself. Hear what they say. I'm not saying that I don't want to listen to what my brother says. As I said, I do care about what he says, and I want to hear his advice. But at the end of the day, the decision comes up to me. Like, I make those decisions. If I want to travel as soon as possible, how I want to spend my time, and if these things fail, if I am in the mistake, I'm going to take full responsibility for my decisions. And that's how it kind of works. No, you make decisions, you make a mistake, for example, but at the end of the day, you kind of learn something new, you know? You understand that you made a mistake, but you eventually start to understand that you're not gonna make the same mistakes in the future. But the problem is when you hear people say things and give you advice. I would be more specific. When you hear people give you advice and you just sit there and listen to them, and you kind of agree with it and go along with it, it kind of eliminates one of the primary decision making process as a person, as someone who lives and breathes. You have to make your own decisions, of course. I spend a lot of time getting decided on, people impose their decisions on me, kind of time to take the responsibility and make my own decisions. I've said that so many times, I know, but it is what it is. And those decisions could be very wrong, could be very bad, very not good, but the good thing about that is that you made those decisions. So if you make the mistake, you will learn from that mistake. That's how my philosophy, in according to this thing, this subject, is if I make this mistake, I will learn from it. I will learn from it. And if someone gives me an advice and I listen to it and I don't question it and I just do what they say, that means if I make a mistake during what he said, for example, if I went on a trip and if I made some mistakes, let's say X and Y, Z, those mistakes, I won't learn from them much. I will understand them, but I won't fully learn from them. I don't know how to explain this, but because it's not the decision that was made by me, and those mistakes are just passing by. If I tell him I made this difficulty in XYZ, is going to be like, okay, so he's going to learn from those mistakes more than I will learn from those mistakes, because traveling is very meaningful to me. I think it has a very philosophical aspect to it, that's how I feel about it, and I take it very seriously. If I want to travel on term, I want to do it whenever I want to do it, if that makes sense. Even though he thinks that I'm wasting time, or if anyone thinks that I'm wasting time right now, but I took the courage to stay at my hometown, even though everyone tells me to leave and do something, travel, do this and do that. But I want to do the opposite. I want to chase what I want to do, That's what I want to do. Like, I want to pursue my art career, do manga, create comics. I want to start my own business. I want to do all these things and kind of pursue my passion in a way, and hope for one day that one of those things end up working. Even though I'm being a little bit delusional and a bit stupid, you can say. I kind of am stupid, but it's like one of those gut feelings that you feel, but you just want to do it. You kind of want to go for it, That's what I'm feeling right now, and I do want to go for it. So, yeah, I'm gonna be homeless.